Good afternoon. This is Monica Flannery. Welcome to my YouTube channel. It's Serenity RN. I'm going to be moving to other platforms. Looking to probably duplicate on Rumble, which is another awesome channel for videos. Okay, so I did a card reading a few minutes ago, but that's just for information that we need to know right now. And as I said, the reason why I started pulling these cards was a way for me to get in touch with my intuition. And it's really interesting because, well, if you use these cards as a tool, it's just another, it's another tool to bring you in line with your inner dialogue. And I always refer to it as my internal GPS, which for me is my divine connection to my higher self and to whatever out there is greater than I am. Okay, that has a divine component to it. And the older I get, the more I realize that all the things that I learned about God or everything is probably not accurate. But how do we, we all just have to align with what we feel connects with us. And as you get older, the more that you learn, more experiences you acquire, your beliefs can change, and they should change. We should be adaptable to transform our beliefs, right? Okay, so enough of that tangent. Right now, I know that it's a very difficult, challenging time. And as I said before, I am right-brained, or maybe I should say right-brained and left-brained, balanced. So I've always been in this spot where I'm in the middle, and I can see opposing sides. And it's very interesting, even places where I've lived, and Tom, my hubby, fits into this category too. We share a lot of similar traits, but wherever we've lived, we've always been like the neutral zone. And with people having polarizing views, and we're kind of like the anchoring because we like them all. We don't want to choose this side or that side. Why would we want to choose? You get a box of chocolates, right? Some people will go for the same chocolate, but we like them all, and we appreciate and respect everyone for who they are. And I think that is so critical right now. I'm going to take a moment. You know what? Let's take a moment and then just take a couple deep Grammy breaths, okay? So I'm going to ask you to close your eyes. All right. Close your eyes and relax. Take a nice deep breath in. Hold it, and release. One more breath. Okay, take another deep breath in. Tighten up your whole body. Tighten, tighten, tighten. Pull the belly in. Pull up, 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 all the way up to the top of your head. And release. These are the critical tools we need right now to release, release, release. And as we release, we move into a neutral state of what is. And how can we observe from a higher place without letting ourselves get attached? Because right now it's going to be very critical that we do not attach to any one specific outcome, because there are many, many, many coming at us from all sides, and it makes you crazy, right? Yes. It's chaotic. And then we bring this chaotic energy into our bodies. I have squirrels up on the RV. So, again, something happens. Take a nice deep breath. I am peace. I am ease. Repeat that mantra whenever you feel like you're being pulled out of your neutral zone. I am peace. I am at ease with whatever is going on in the outer world. But right now, we have to anchor in this state of peace and ease. At the same time, being aware of everything, not just what we usually look at, but everything in our environment. And this is where we need to learn to have discernment and to open up and expand, because we live in our lives in a habitual state. And when we do that, it's like, you know what you do every day. You have the same routine every day. Okay, it's different Monday, possibly to Tuesday to Wednesday, but still you have your norm of your routine, right? This is what health coaches are here to help you with. We get stuck in these routines, and when our routine changes, it rattles us, and it creates a lot of anxiety and confusion sometimes, because some people need routine a lot more. It's very critical for their well-being to stay centered when they know what they're going to do, because anything out of the norm creates a lot of confusion, right? Like someone who likes everything very neat, and their OCD, they have to have everything in their place, and you move things out of the place, they get very, very upset. But why is that? Because they feel calm and in control when they know where all their things are, and they can just go to it. And they love the structure. The structure holds them. But I've been sharing, I don't know how, I don't know why, but I've been getting this, and I started getting this 2 years ago, that our structures are going to break down, and we have to be ready for significant shifts. But how do we do that? Well, by pulling cards, sometimes it gives me a little heads up as to what might be coming. Because like I said, after I had my accident where I was rear-ended by a tractor trailer, and mind you, I'm very empathic. I know my space, and we'll go into that in another video. But when you're very intuitive and you're in touch with that natural ability that we all have, it's like you can feel things. When you're driving, you can feel a car encroaching, right? Sometimes, like, we need to look, because sometimes we're in our habitual unconscious mode when we're driving. A scary thought, right? But it's true. So how do we stay present in every moment? It's taking work to be able to do that. Most of the time, we're in our unconscious habitual mode. And then we get things and they wake us up. And it's like, oh. I like to infuse humor. But this is anything but humorous. And I'm struggling right there with you. But even when we're in our struggles, we have to gather our tools. Gather our self-care tools. Bring the energy in, and you know the things that make you feel better. When you've gone through different things, how do you anchor yourself, right? You ground. Who do you talk to that's uplifting, that can bring you back to that state of neutrality? Very critical right now. Have your soul tribe in place. Have your empathy buddy in place and use them. We are now being called to connect, right? We need our connections. We've all been isolated, which has been actually a good thing because it's bringing more focus of what we want in our lives instead of these habits that we've acquired through our ritualistic habits. And a lot of times we hold on to habits for years and we don't even think, well, does that serve me? Like, is that helping me now? It might have helped me before. Like when you're younger, you need that coffee, right? And as you get older, it's like, no, I don't need to drink a whole pot of coffee to get my day started. 1 cup of coffee, maybe. And then go time, right? Or whatever you choose to do with your day. Okay, so with all that, I've worked to create these tools and I've been providing them, but it's up to you to decide to use them. What are you doing to fill yourself up at this time and support? I call it the inner sanctuary. I have a sanctuary in my home, right? And I've done that. And I actually have a workbook for that. And I would strongly suggest downloading it, because if you don't have your own sacred space at home, that is immensely helpful. You know, it's like once you go into this space, because you create it how you want, and you create the space. What colors, what sounds, what you put in the space, what you want, and it's your space. And everyone should respect your space. Years ago, I had a little, actually, Dustin gave me this little doorknob hanger, and I would hang it on my doorknob, and it was my time to set up my time. Moms, pay attention, right? Moms need their own time and space because moms are critical and holding down the fort. Yes, we all know this. So mamas need to be happy. Give them the space, give yourself space. Everyone needs to learn these tools, because as you go through different stressful times, they all kick in right when you need them. I have a video for that too. Check out what happens when you go through your Phoenix moment or something to that effect. But tools help, but knowing what the tools are and using them. You know, you can watch the video, but if you're not going to be willing to put in the extra work, then you're not going to shift anything within yourself. You know, learning to control the emotions, the reactions, the triggers. This is all called shadow work, and it's critical right now. We're all being called to do the shadow work. Dark night of the soul, right? I know you've had them before. You thought you were done. Me too. I thought I had this all figured out, right? Made these videos. Well, I've had to watch all my videos that I made 2 years ago. And let's bring me back to myself. Back to the tools I know that are what is needed right now. So, are we going to react to all the triggers and attack people we love, we care about, even people we don't know? Do we want to attack them? do we want to be attacked? What does freedom look like for you? What does freedom feel like for you? And then once you figure that out, how do we allow freedom for the people that we care about? We support them right where they are and love them through the process. That's what love is, right? But it takes work, you know, because we all have our junk in the trunk that we've been carrying with us. We got all this junk in the trunk. So use the tools. Identify, dig, stop burying everything under the rug. Look at all your junk in the trunk. Start with 1, 2 at a time and unload it. Make peace with it. Say thank you. Thank you. You know, I've carried you with me all this time. And I am grateful for the gift that you gave me when I needed it. But I need to unload my junk out of my trunk. And trust me, I moved from a very nice big house to an RV, so I had a lot of junk I had to release. So I've been releasing for quite a while now. And preparing for this for 2 years, maybe even longer. So I'm here for you. Whether I know you or not, I'm here for you. I feel you. All right, so you ready for the reading? All right, now that we talked about the tools, and I dropped plenty, so you can grab them at any of my sites. The first one, and this starting this week, you know, we're already saying it, but some of us know there's much more coming. But how do you let people know a train is coming? In a way that, you know, you don't sound crazy and you don't sound, I don't know. We do a card reading. So, caution, nets ahead, as we have our fireside chat here. So, what do we do when we throw out the nets? We're preparing. We're preparing to catch, right? Lots of fish. What happens if there's a lot more fish than what we're capable of catching? High surf. A lot of people have been saying we need to get on our surfboard. And we're like, oh, what the hell are you talking about? We've been on our surfboard. What was 2020? Well, 2020 was breaking us in for 2021, evidently. I know we all thought that was it. I keep saying I was waiting for the alien invasion next, but that didn't happen. We got this year. But at this point, I'm ready for anything. So that joke aside, I think. High surf. We get on our surfboard. We use our tools. We stay in our own lane. Stay in your own lane, but yet it's like what comes to mind is swimmers, when they're all lined up, right, in their own lanes and they're racing, like they're all in their own lane racing, but they're all next to each other. They're all doing their own thing, but they're all together. So perhaps that's where we need to start, right? Staying in our own lane, tending to our self-care needs, our family, right? Making sure they have the coping strategies that they need. Nutrition's critical right now. Rest, rest is critical. So you should be going to bed at 10 o'clock, and you have these natural rhythms, the natural rhythms. So if you go to bed by 10, you know, you get all the right rhythms in your sleep. And there's, you know, a lot of different things you can do to help assist you in a restorative night's sleep, which is very important right now. If you do use any kind of supplements to help you go to sleep, I've included a video on that, because if you use the same strategies, say you take melatonin every night, eventually your body will accommodate, right? Our bodies are so highly intelligent. We really don't give our bodies enough credit. It's disappointing, but you know, it's true. So our bodies accommodate, you know, just like our habits. When you get into your habit, you don't have to think about it anymore, right? You just kind of fall into it and you do things without even thinking. Well, your body will bring you back into a rhythm, and it gets used to the melatonin. We'll use melatonin as an example. It gets used to the melatonin you take every night, and then it's like, okay, you know, I'm not getting any more beneficial benefits out of it. And the thing we've found, right, just like HIIT, I believe it's called, intensive training, right? You get much higher, faster results when you change up your routine. It's like you go slow and then you go fast. You go slow and you go fast, and you got to keep switching up the muscle fibers, the nerves. You got to constantly stay ahead of the body wanting to bring you back, because sometimes coming back, it's like you can't sleep again. So if that's the case, how do I get a good night's sleep? Very simple. You need more than one strategy. You need many strategies. You need a toolbox. You need more than one supplement. And if you use a supplement, you only use it occasionally, and then you give it a break, right? So your body forgets the benefits it got from it, and then you use it again. And it's much more impactful. Trust me, I have this honed down to a science. And I have, 3 or 4, probably more than that. And I live in an RV, okay? So I have 4 or 5 different supplements that are very effective. And if you need help with that, reach out and I can tell you what are the best, because there's different amino acids too that can help you slow down the brain waves naturally so that you stay asleep once you get to sleep. Okay, so that's that. Tools. Staying on your surfboard. Paying attention to your triggers, right? Pausing when you know you're being triggered, so you don't respond to something out of impulse, because a lot of times we say things, we do things, right, because it's bringing up something inside of us that is painful, and we usually don't know what it is. We just, you know, you feel it and you're like, you want to push it away from you, which is fine. But if you use the pause button, right, press the pause button, you're resetting your nervous system. You need to reset, because once you say or do something, then it's like you can't take that back. And we all have done that, right? But this is part of our transformation. How do we learn how to go with the ripples? Life is full of ripples, right? I have paintings of even that. In my paintings, it's all coming through. There are huge waves, and it's like one bird was almost diving into the wave, and then the other bird had to fly above. How do we fly above the problem level? We have to pause. We have to learn how to reset reset our nervous system. Okay. Then once we get in between the ripples, right? We're on the surfboard in between ripples. Then with everything that's coming out, in order to override the brain that doesn't want to take in any new information, and this is going to be critical now, I'm telling you, and I'm only sharing this because I want to provide tools because I care, okay? And that's why I'm providing these tools for free. This is, I just see it's so necessary. But in order to switch out of our belief systems that we have so fixed, we have to look at things with curiosity, right? This is what really helped me. When things would happen, people would be like bizarre, and I attract, like I said, I attract people from all different ideologies, just, I don't know. I attract all these different people, and their beliefs are totally opposing. So how do you stay in a state of supporting all these people that have all these different beliefs? You move into curiosity, right? I don't judge someone just because they think something different. I don't condemn someone because they believe something. Who the hell am I to do that? Who the hell are any of us to do that? That's where we are right now. We have to move out of our judgments, our resentments, our believing and knowing that we're right and everybody else is wrong. There are many rights right now, but right now, right is not the answer. Curiosity. Why do people see things differently than you and me? And the deeper I go into curiosity, because I love the way people think, how they come up with conclusions, and I just find the brain fascinating. It's about the brain. It's not about judging people. Only God has the power to judge, not us. The ego has to drop now for all of us. Okay? Move into curiosity. And then when you move into curiosity, oh my Lord, the things that you will discover are fascinating. And of course, there are things that you may not want to, hear or know, but we all have been formed by our experiences, and unless we're able to join together and share all these multitude of experiences, we'll never move forward as a transformational humanity. This touches me deeply because I see people just are hurtful and harmful, and I don't judge them for that. But I do think we are accountable for our actions and how we inflict harm on one another. And if you know you're doing that, if I know I'm doing that, we have to change. We're here to heal. There's lots of things that we're going to need to heal. And we have to be willing to open up our eyes to see it, even though we don't want to see it. We have to open up our ears and hear. Just think of the depth of pain other people have gone through. Aren't you lucky that you didn't have to go there? But these people need healing. Where are we going to be? Are we going to move forward and heal? Or are we going to close and shut everybody out? And that goes to another video. The timeline changes. Each moment is an opportunity. It's a choice point. And in this life, like I said, when we go through our habits and out of our response from our past stuff, if we respond in the same way, we're never going to move forward and change and grow. And life, well, plants, animals, us, we're here to evolve. And evolution hurts. There's nothing about life. It's not here to make, be easy all the time. And when it is easy, my God, love the hell out of it. Just love the hell out of it. But also be there for the hard times, because they're equally important. Which comes to strength. Do we have the strength to move forward? To just be present, hold space for someone else, hold space for ourselves. Do that now. Build up your strength, hold space, fill up your cup, put your oxygen on. This week, oxygen on. Tools. If your tools aren't working, put more tools in your toolbox, and by God, use them. And build up your inner fortitude. Build up your inner fortitude. We're going to need to be here for one another. I'm counting on you to join me in this. Okay. Change. All these things that I've just been talking about, right? Change. God, we hate change. Change comes, we get confused. We don't know what we're supposed to do because we want to do the same old thing over again. Even if it's hurtful, right? Even if it hurts, at least we know what we're dealing with. Well, sometimes the pain has to be addressed and it has to stop. And we have to see what part of that, what role we play. And rise up. We got to get our strength and rise up. And like I said, I've been in a very challenging place. At 60, I thought, I conquered all these things. I proved to myself I have these tools. They work when I'm, stressful. I pull them out, I use them, and I got this, right? None of us do. This year has been really hard. So let's take another deep breath. Let it out. Let it out. And now's the time to rewrite our stories. Rewrite our stories of empowerment. Stop holding on to the old stuff. We've acquired new skill sets. We have, do you have a good support system? I've got an amazing tribe, many of them, and that I keep to myself, right? my life took a different direction than I never could have seen, honestly. Many people would not even understand, but that's okay. It's not their journey to understand, and that's okay. But I still expect to be, I have to ask for the support that I need, and that's something we need to work on, our communication skills, right? There's many good classes on communication, and we've been taught to silence, to stuff, to not look, to not talk about, and that's why we are where we are. I've talked to so many people who have been abused in so many different ways, so many different things, and we all are being called to step out of our normal routine, our life, our egos, our selfish selves, yes, which preserves us. I mean, it's a coping mechanism, right? But when we rise and support other people, it's an energetic thing, and we are not taught about this. But when you give, right, not when you're totally depleted, you have to build back up, which is why this week is critical to do that. No matter what you see, no matter what you hear, hold on and use these tools. But be disciplined. You got to have that ninja focus, and use your tools. Gather your strength. Use your curiosity. Whenever you feel resistant to something coming up, change it, right? Change your mindset. And this comes to the final one, expansion. When we change our mindset and we move into curiosity, we expand what we allow into our minds, into our bodies, into our spirit. So that's what we have for the days ahead. I'm here for you. You reach out to me, you can contact me. Serenity RN is my YouTube channel. I have not quite figured out how to put it on Rumble. I am 60, for God's sakes. So I may need a little help with that. Anyone has any experience with Rumble, connect with me, okay? And support people where you are. We all are need to support people where we are, in our family, in our circles, our communities. We are the ones that we've been waiting for. You've just forgotten, and I'm here to wake you up and remind you, okay? So if you need support, you can use my workbook, and it goes into how to create your own sacred space, and just a little tidbit on that. My husband and I went through significant health challenges, and most marriages would have broken up over this, because we mirror each other's things, and they were very significant. So we could have either broken apart because of the stress, but what actually happened is we learned to have a deeper compassion for one another, because we know the painful state and all these things that go with a healing crisis, right? So we have learned to be very gentle with each other. And that is the true ultimate test of whether we are transforming into a higher state of ourselves. When someone's down, you support them, even when you're in pain, you know, and sometimes you only have a little bit to give. So it's like, I have only this much energy. Where should I put that to support you, right? So you can still be there for someone, even though you have limited time, limited energy, limited physical stamina or ability. But it's all in the communication. What do you need? Convey what you need in a way that's gentle and ask for support. But when you're doing that, you have to do it in a state of release. You release it, you said what you need, and the person either has it to give or not. Maybe they can only give a tiny little bit, but they're willing to give you that little bit. So then you go to someone else. I'm needing this support, and they can give you a little bit. We don't expect one person to fill all our needs. That's too much to ask of anyone. So having your soul tribe, knowing who can support you with different things, connect with them, be willing to say, I need support with this. And I'm feeling like this. Or maybe you don't even know what you need. You just need to be heard. Who do you know that can hold a space for you so you can process out loud? I've done this with my kids for years. Of course, one of them thinks that he's coaching me, but that's okay. Because it's a two-way street, you know. Every dialogue is a two-way street. We're learning from each other. But you hold a space for people to process out loud, and we have everything we need in here. We just need to release and let it all out. And we have to, when you talk it through with someone who doesn't judge you, right, or expect anything from you or try to fix you, just neutral. Become a neutral space. Don't take on other people's stuff and feel like you have to fix it. Just allow it to flow. Allow it to flow, and they will work it all out on their own. You know, all you have to do is listen without judging them. Do you have someone who listens to you without judging and just holding that neutral space? My God, what a gift. The biggest transformations occur in this space, and that, my friends, is what health coaching does. You think it's about nutrition, you think it's about the exercise, you think it's somebody there with a whip making you do what you don't want to do. No, it's holding that space, because we don't have that enough in our lives. So be the sacred space. Create your own sacred space so you can hold it for yourself. Build up with your tools. Ask for support without expecting people to fix it for you or tell you what to do, or, you know. We'll all be fine, but it's going to be rocky for a while. So my empowerment series will walk you through actually a natural progression of all this. It's really amazing to me because I started this for my own process. And I wanted to get started putting things online because that's where I do my coaching, right? So people have to know you're out there, what you're about. And I've been prepared. And I always have. I said
It's
before,
2 o'clock.
I said before, I'm like the square peg, or maybe I'm the round one trying to fit in. I don't know. But I never fit in because I'm unique, and so are you. And so is every one of us. So let's stop trying to fit into that standard round shape. Be you. Be unique. Communicate without expecting and judging. How neutral can you be? How much love can you hold for someone and support them right where they are? And if you can't, that's okay, because we're all human. We're all going through our own crap. But there's no excuse to stay in our crap. We rise up. We rise up, and we are willing to see things differently. We're willing to do things differently because that's what life is, transformation. All right. Until next time, I see peace and ease in every cell of your body, right here, right now. And so it is. I'm here for you. Serenity RN on YouTube. And my email is quantumcoach at the quantum, I never remember this one, quantum coach, because I have like 3 of them. I'll tell you in 1 second. Quantum coach at thequantumlife.blog. And I have a blog too. So I'll start releasing some of that. I'm just going to keep repeating because they're all fitting into what we're needing right now. And if you need any support, reach out to me. I'm here for you. Okay? All right. Download Creating Your Sacred Space. It's free. It's for you. Use it. Be willing to try new things.